Hello, I just had something I'd like to show here. Grinding stones is what, I just grinding slabs, grinding stones, pedestals, and mortars. So anyway, I just wanted to show some of the unique features of each one of these. This one here is a piece I found that has been ground down. It's a really unique shape. What's interesting is you see back in here where it's been notched. You see how it's been notched, and it's all burned back in here. And so whatever they used it for, it got really hot. But I just thought it was a really interesting piece. See how it's darkened all the way, all through here. It's been really hot. And so anyway, I really don't know what it would have been used for, but whatever they used for to grind with or grind something on it, it was hot. They got it hot. Here's another one that's really unique to me. It's really kind of neat. You can see the residue of what they ground in here, whatever it might have been. And I don't know if I can show how it's indented there, and how just a indent, and they used a small mortar or whatever to grind up whatever they were grinding. What's interesting about this is you can see it's cracked. It's cracked in several places, but that's pretty solid. And I found it this way. I haven't glued it or done anything to it, but it looks like it's been put back together or something. Because it's pretty solid. Anyway, that residue is pretty fascinating to me. Anytime I see the leftover residue of something somebody's used thousands of years ago. Here's, your typical, if you want to call it typical, they're all different in ways. But you see, this is your kind of like a mortar. Whereas a lot of they still could call it a metate, and this would be a pestle. And you see the indent is indented, and this is something that I think they used to say a lot, that this here was just indented from a lot of use, and so it just worked its way down. But they're finding out now that they got flat metates that have been used, and they show very little indentation. And so what they do is they would to get them to be rough, they would actually peck them and rough up the surface so that it would help grind the food better. And as they did that, it would keep going down in and working its way down in. This one here doesn't look like it was too roughed up. Maybe a little bit. That could have been just a natural break. But anyway, and then the mono, we got smooth that is, and you can see where they've ground on it. You can see the different tones. You can see the grinding marks, see there, to make it smooth. In order to grind their things. Of course, some of that could be from grinding. Anyway, that's a neat little stone. Now here's a couple that I read. These didn't come together, but look at this one here and how it indents there. Look how that comes into a V, or it would fit in your lap pretty comfortable, so that they could use it as to grind whatever they're grinding, and fit comfortably in the lap. So that's pretty neat. Here's really a really neat tool. If I can get this, to where you can see it. You see this here little indent here on this. You see this little indent here. And then you see how that's kind of like a handle. Nice. You see how it kind of handles there. And then look at the bottom here. And you can see the working marks here and the smooth grinding surface used to grind. It could have been, used to tan hides. It's got a real smooth grinding surface. But what's so neat about it is see how your thumb fits in there? You just fit your old thumb in there, and how your hand wraps around this thing, and how you can just, there's probably several different ways that they used it, but there's just that there for going like that. I mean, just anything that they had to do, use it for multiple things. It'd be fun to be there to see exactly what they used it for. But that is one of my most unique tools that I've ever found. I just really am fascinated with these type of things. It's just fun to find them. These are what probably I've heard that and read that they used them for cracking nuts or whatever they used to grind little tiny berries, or I don't know, but mainly in nuts would fit in there so that they could crack them. Although it's a little bit big, but this looks like a hand protector, to where they'd stick a stick up in there when they pull to build a fire, so it wouldn't burn their hand, so they could have it as a hand protector. But anyway, I've got more of these. You find these in camp spots or places there's been native campsites, Native American or really ancient campsites. Here's another little metate grinding stone. You see it's indented a little bit, and you can even see residue on this. And then they would use something like this. This is kind of neat. It's got a little knob as a handle, and then the grinding surface, which you can see a little bit of wear on that. And then this how this fits perfectly, in the hand. And then they would just use it to grind down whatever they were grinding. And this is kind of a unique piece that I found. So how flat it sits, so it didn't fit in the lap. It fits on the ground. But I thought that was pretty unique. I've got other ones similar to this that have a little indent in them and could have been used as grinding stones or whatever. So anyway, I thought that would be interesting to show. Thanks for watching.